Hello and welcome to Prospectors. I am Lemur, and today we are going to be covering another tutorial for Prospectors. Specifically, we're going to be covering how to make your worker efficient. But before we do that, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. And if you need anything further around Prospectors, check the description down below also. So today we are going to be talking about how to find highly paying jobs and make your workers more competitive in the job market. To start working for someone is usually the best way to begin in Prospectors for a player who does not yet own a plot. Yet for all jobs except transporting, your worker needs to be equipped with tools, and owning tools lets your workers sign for more demanding jobs and earn more. In the previous video, we talked about how your worker can craft tools by themselves, except for the gold pan, and how you can use those on your jobs. Yet, this process is extremely time consuming and takes a lot of energy to do so. So, another way you can do this is to purchase them on the market. So, if you don't want to spend the first few days crafting your first pair of tools to start working on things, you can just enter the game and start investing and purchase your first tools. You can buy those on the in game market for gold. So, let's go ahead and take a look at that. So, if we come down here to the market, you're going to click on it and you're going to see your resources pop up. I'm going to click Select None, and then scroll down to with full health down here. It's a extra filter, and we're going to go ahead and just personally try to find a sledgehammer. So here I can see the sledgehammers and where they are. I have characters near -1, -1, and that's where I want to buy it. So you have to ask yourself, are you willing to travel for a couple hours and save the 5 gold? Or is it better for you just to purchase it at the locations it's at and go ahead and grab it? As you can see, if you don't have with full health selected, when you do this, it'll give you partial health. This means they might have minutes left, maybe a couple hours. I always highly recommend to continue with full health only unless you're looking to save a couple bucks and just do a quick little job here and there. And if you're looking for something cheap with the duration on a lower standard. So for this case, we're just going to go ahead and select with full health only. I actually have a character right next to -1, -1. So we're actually going to go ahead and purchase this sledgehammer. This will allow me to go ahead and hunt down much more important jobs for my character to get. Now, my worker currently has a pickaxe and a shovel on it, so if I wanted to find a job nearby, I can do so within 2 hours, and you can see here that you have that option. Now, what happens if you don't have gold currently in the game? How can I get gold without doing any work? Well, you can go ahead and make your way over to Alcor and purchase PGL for wax. Once you have PGL in your account that's attached to your Prospectors account, you can come over here to the account button in the top right and go to exchange. Here on the exchange, you're going to see how much gold you have, how much PSS, how much wax, or even PGL. So we have PGL and I want to convert it over to gold. So we're going to take 25 PGL and convert it to gold. There is no taxes or anything on this conversion. I click convert and it'll pop up for a transaction screen. And then we'll just go ahead and hit accept once it's done and it'll give us that gold. And there you can see we now have another 25,000 golds. So remember, it is 1 PGL for every 1,000 gold that you're going to get in the game. Now I can use more of that gold to get more items. Now, even though we've already talked about the market over here on the left, I want to also talk about the filter option again at the top. If you're having issues finding out how far a certain thing is from one of your workers, you can come in here and actually select one of the tools. So we can hit sledgehammers and click on them. So now we've clicked the filter, we can zoom in and you can see that I've got sledgehammers nearby. It tells you the cost and that they're nearby. Now make sure you pay attention when you're looking at these, what the health of them are. So this one you can see is a full health 100 hour sledgehammer. This is the cost of it and there is 7 total if I wish to buy them. And that's a very close one. If I don't like the cost of it, it's a little bit easier sometimes to come into this one. So if you're looking for costs and you're trying to figure out how far something is, you can also just click on it in that filter tab and it'll go right directly to where that is. And you have an idea where that location is. Purchasing a tool is not the only option you have to increasing the efficiency of your worker. You can also get speed boosters, certificates for workers, diplomas, and transportation items. The certificate for workers will let you increase the durability of working without rest from 60 minutes to 300 minutes. This is a one-time purchase for all 3 workers. You can also get a certificate by purchasing the premium subscription at least once. Your workers will get the certificate as a bonus. The premium subscription has many more benefits than just the certificate alone, but we'll talk about that in a later episode. So let's take a deeper dive into my worker here. I have all of the items to show you some of the differences that you can do. First off, we have a cart that's partially here. You can see currently my worker can only carry 30 kilograms of tools. I'm going to go ahead, grab that cart, stick it on my character, and you'll see this number jump over to 100, and there it is. Now, let's say I wanted to travel to my other plot that I have here. I want to send my worker here, and you can see it's going to take 1 hour and 40 minutes. However, I actually have a coffee in here. If I want to, I can take this coffee and stick it on my equipment bar, and once it's on my equipment bar, we can come back out of here and hit send, and you're going to see it drop to 50 minutes. This item also will work with horses and donkeys for the speed efficiency. I also want to note, if you have one of these equipped and you want your character to find a job, it will increase the range of your job because this job tool, when you hit find a tool in the worker menu, is within 2 hours of travel time. That means if you have a coffee, that range increases, so sometimes it's easier to find even more expensive jobs. So the last thing you can do is you can have your character learn something from the university. The university is located at 00/-01. All you have to do is have your character there. As you can see, I do have one of my workers there. I click in and you can go ahead and select one of these. First off, you can see time of study and the cost of the studies. Many things are going to depend on what you have and what you want to make. So if you want to make a gold pan, it takes 1 day and it costs 14,000 gold. So specifically, I'm going to go ahead and just show you through this how the metallurgist diploma works. All you need to do is see that's going to be a 4-day study time, and that's totally fine with me, and it's going to cost me 14,000 gold, but it'll enable me to make all kinds of minecart options to increase my plots or possibly help someone else that has access to these with those plots. It gives you more options for jobs and everything of that nature. So all you do is you simply hit learn. You can see my character Fred is there. I hit learn and they go ahead and execute that now. And then you'll see this timer pop up over here that they are learning for 4 days. As you see, it says 3 days, 23 hours, and they will learn that diploma, and then they will have access to all of those tools that we need. So that's going to cover all of the things that you need to look at to make your workers more efficient, keep them going, and continue to make more and more gold in the game of Prospectors. In the next episode, we're going to talk about different ways you can use for searching a job. Now, we did cover some of those briefly in here while we were talking about it, but we're going to cover them in depth to find the best job for your workers to make the most money. So once again, make sure you go ahead, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Please give this video a thumbs up. Leave any questions you have down in the comments down below. And as always, make sure you check that description for everything Prospectors, and welcome to Prospectors.